Well, for the students, this is the first time that they've actually had to produce work to be seen by the public in a public arena. So for them to actually consider health and safety, to consider, can the public understand it? Is it enjoyable for your average, members of public? That's quite a challenge for them and something quite exciting.
And also in Bournemouth, there's often a perception that there isn't enough cultural activity in Bournemouth. So I think it's fantastic to bring something, bang into the centre of town. It's on for 10 whole days, so the public can come in their lunch break, they can come at the weekend, and it's free. And with the new map that we've got this year, all the artwork is numbered on the map. So more easily than ever before in the history of the project, the public will really be able to find each artwork.
I like the ability that materials have to be reversed. So I worked with thread for a while and made very intricate, delicate patterns of it, and then in the same instance reversed it back to the thread, and that's what made me go on to look at knit, as you can make this very time-consuming and detailed piece, and then with one tug this can be unravelled and returned. A female way of protecting something and looking after it in notion is with knit, and I wanted to apply that to the trees.
Well, for the when we were proposing, we had to choose something for the garden. So I came down looking for something appropriate, and I just immediately saw squirrels and realised that sometimes they're popular and sometimes they're unpopular. The wardens don't like them because the squirrels eat the bird young and trash the eggs and trash the trees. But the public like them. So this is a way of trying to scare them away. But I know it won't work. So it's kind of making both sides happy. So obviously they're my nuts, and then they're the scarecrows, and they're trying to scare the squirrels away from my nuts. So it's kind of like a false promise, but trying to keep both sides happy.
We just stumbled across it actually. We're just walking through town. We've just been for a meal, and I just noticed a couple of surreal things in the trees and stuff like that. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, what do you think to it?
Very good, very good. It's nice that people did this kind of thing, just to kind of makes it kind of walk out in the park more interesting, really, rather than just for kind of day-to-day normalities. It's nice to see something a bit kind of different from time to time.
The doors in the woods, the bounce off or something, I think it's called. I really like that one, and the squirrel scarers next to it, and the foam sculptures. I thought they were really, really good. They're the ones that really stuck out for me.
Basically, they sort of environmental issue. People just these days you go to McDonald's and your ice cream is wrapped up in polyfoams and polystyrens and plastic, and all this stuff just ends up somewhere in piles, and it's gonna soil the planet Earth for hundreds and hundred years. So that was sort of my choice of material. And I wanted to amuse audience in the gardens.
We were given a brief to sort of locate people within the gardens, and I thought this was probably the most literal way of doing it, by just showing them exactly where they are. Basically the pole was bought, and all the signs were given to me. They're sort of recycled, unwanted pieces of wood, and then they just got painted and repainted and stuck together eventually.
This art comes from emerging talent from the South Coast. I think Dorset and the South Coast generally is seen as somewhere that's very traditional, very representational art, where this is something really different. So hopefully the public can respond well to that.